Did you know that Richard Ebright, the renowned molecular biologist and biochemist, started his scientific journey as a child collecting butterflies, rocks, fossils, and coins? His passion for science led him to conduct groundbreaking experiments, like discovering the cause of a viral disease that affected monarch butterflies. He even raised and tagged thousands of butterflies to study their migration. But it was his revolutionary theory on how cells read the blueprint of DNA that truly changed the game. Richard Ebright's well-rounded personality and brilliance in science make him an inspiration to us all.
Growing up in Pennsylvania, I was a curious kid with a passion for collecting things. From butterflies to rocks, fossils to coins, my collection grew alongside my fascination for the stars. I'd spend nights gazing at the sky, dreaming of exploring the mysteries of the universe. And that curiosity led me to a groundbreaking discovery at just 22 years old. My roommate and I explained the theory on how cells work, and it was published in the prestigious Proceedings of the National Academy of Science. It was just the beginning of many achievements to come. So remember, never stop exploring, because you never know where your curiosity might take you.
Growing up, I was always curious to learn new things. My mother, she was my biggest supporter. She took me on learning trips, bought me telescopes, and encouraged me to explore. She was my only friend until I went to school. But even then, she would bring my friends home. We would stay up late doing and learning things together. She was my whole world after my father passed away. We spent evenings together, and if I had nothing to do, she would find me a task for learning. I loved it. By second grade, I had collected all 25 species of butterflies in our neighborhood. But it was a children's book called The Travels of Monarch X that changed everything. It sparked my curiosity for science. And from that moment on, I knew I wanted to learn more and more. So I was reading this children's book about butterfly migrations, and it got me thinking. The author invited readers to help tag butterflies for a study. So I wrote to the scientist in charge, Dr. Urquhart, and started tagging butterflies myself. But let me tell you, it was slow and tiring. So I came up with a genius idea. I started raising a whole flock of butterflies in my basement. Thousands of monarchs going through their life cycles. I tagged them and let them go. But you know what? Only 2 were ever recaptured, and they weren't even that far away. So let's just say I learned my lesson. Tagging butterflies? Not as exciting as it sounds.
When I was in 7th grade, I learned what real science was the hard way. I lost at a county science fair, and it was a really sad feeling. Everyone else won something, but not me. I realized that just making a neat display wasn't enough. I needed to perform a real experiment. So, I decided to focus on insects, a subject I knew a lot about. I reached out to Dr. Urquhart for ideas, and he sent me a ton. Throughout high school, I worked on those ideas and won many prizes. In 8th grade, I tried to find the cause of a viral disease that killed monarch caterpillars. I thought beetles were transmitting it, so I raised caterpillars with beetles. It didn't work, but I won something for trying. The next year, I tested the theory that viceroy butterflies copy monarchs. I wanted to show if birds would eat monarchs or not.
Well, I conducted a science fair project to find out. Turns out, viceroy butterflies copy monarchs because they don't taste good to birds. My experiment showed that a starling would gobble up all the monarchs it could find. So the theory that viceroys imitate monarchs to avoid becoming bird food? It's pretty spot on. My project ranked first in zoology and third overall at the county science fair. Nature's fascinating, isn't it? During my second year of high school, I stumbled upon a fascinating research project. It all started with a simple question. What's the purpose of those 12 tiny gold spots on a monarch pupa? While most people thought they were just for decoration, I had a hunch there was more to it. So with the help of another science student, we built a device and discovered that these spots actually produced a hormone crucial for a butterfly's development. My project won first prize at the county science fair and earned me a spot at the International Science and Engineering Fair. There, I won third prize for zoology and got the opportunity to work at the prestigious Walter Reed Army Institute of Research. As a high school junior, I continued my work with the monarch pupa and won first prize at the International Science Fair. This opened doors for me to work at the Army Laboratory and the U.S. Department of Agriculture. But it was during my senior year that things got really exciting. I conducted an experiment where I grew cells from a monarch's wing and discovered that they could develop into a normal butterfly wing if treated with the hormone from those gold spots. This groundbreaking research won me first prize at the international fair and led me to spend my summer after graduation doing more research. It was during this time that I had a eureka moment. Looking at X-ray photos of the hormone's chemical structure, I realized that my years of studying the insect hormone had solved a major puzzle in biology. I discovered how cells read the blueprint of their DNA, which controls heredity and determines a cell's form and function. DNA truly is the blueprint of life. My roommate and I were sitting in our dorm room making drawings and plastic models for this theory we had. We were trying to figure out how it was possible, you know? And guess what? We actually wrote a paper explaining the whole process. Fast forward a bit, and I graduated from Harvard with the highest honors, standing second in my class among 1510 students. Pretty cool, right? Then, as a graduate student researcher at Harvard University, I started doing practical experiments to test my theory. And here's the exciting part. If this theory proves to be correct, it could be a huge step towards understanding the complex system of life and even lead to new ideas for preventing certain types of cancer and other diseases. It's crazy how my research on the Monarch pupa led me to this theory about cell life. So let me tell you about this incredible guy named Ebright. He's not your typical scientist, you know? He's a champion debater, a great public speaker, and even a skilled boat racer. But that's not all. He's also an expert photographer, capturing the beauty of nature and scientific subjects. And get this, he used to spend extra hours researching for debates on top of his butterfly collecting and other interests. He didn't compete for prizes or just to win, he wanted to be the best at everything he did. That's what makes a good scientist, a first-rate mind, curiosity, and a will to win for the right reasons. And it all started with a book about monarch migration. Curiosity can take you places, my friends. Keep exploring.
Growing up in a small town, I didn't have much to do. But I had a passion for collecting things, especially butterflies. Little did I know, this hobby would shape my future. Hi, I'm Richard Ebright, and I'm here to tell you that curiosity can lead you to incredible places. My love for butterflies opened the doors to the world of science. Today, I'm honored to be recognized as one of the greatest scientists in the world. So remember, never underestimate the power of your dreams. Let your curiosity guide you, and who knows where it might take you.
Growing up, my mother was everything to me. She was kind, confident, and clear-headed. After my father's death, she became my reason for survival. She affectionately called me Richie, and we were inseparable. She was gentle, independent, and strong, taking care of both herself and me. She believed in my potential and supported my education, providing me with tools and experiences to pursue my hobbies. She even gave me a children's book about monarch butterflies, sparking my curiosity about the world. My mother played so many roles in my life, from teacher to best friend, motivation to inspiration. No one will ever love you as much as your mother does. Mothers offer unconditional love, care, and support. Dr. Urquhart, my mentor, my guide. Behind that intimidating facade lies a heart of gold. He's always there, offering advice and assistance inside and outside the classroom. He's devoted to our success, willing to go to great measures to support us. He filled me with ideas, sparked my curiosity in science and experimenting. He didn't even know me, yet he shared his knowledge without hesitation. That's the kind of caring and ambitious mentor he is. Dr. Urquhart, thank you for believing in me and pushing me to reach my full potential. Did you know that Richard Ebright, the renowned molecular biologist and biochemist, started his scientific journey as a child collecting butterflies, rocks, fossils, and coins? His passion for science led him to conduct groundbreaking experiments, like discovering the cause of a viral disease that affected monarch butterflies. He even raised and tagged thousands of butterflies to study their migration. But it was his revolutionary theory on how cells read the blueprint of DNA that truly changed the game. Richard Ebright's well-rounded personality and brilliance in science make him an inspiration to us all.
So, I had this amazing teacher, Mr. Weiherer. He was not your typical educator, let me tell you. He believed in opening our minds to new ideas, encouraging us to think outside the box. And boy, did he boost my research. He made learning fun by incorporating experiments and real-world examples. No boring repetition or rote learning for us. Mr. Weiherer genuinely cared about our success and inspired us to explore our scientific interests. He had a significant influence on me, giving me the tools and resources I needed to succeed. I'm forever grateful for his passion and commitment. Thank you, Mr. Weiherer.
It wasn't always easy, but with perseverance, dedication, and hard work, any dream is achievable. So embrace your curiosity, start with small discoveries, and who knows where it might lead you.